Boker Tov, we're in Siman Tav Tzadi Dalet, the laws of Shavuot, Seif Bet. The Shulchan Aruch talks about the second day of Shavuot in Chutz La'aretz. B'yom Sheni korim Parashat Kol HaBechor Ad Sof Sidra. U'maftir kore kemo etmol. The maftir is read like the first day of Shavuot. U'maftir b'chavakuk min v'Hashem b'echal kodsho l'lam netzech b'ginotai. And that's what we do. The only thing that the Mishnah Berurah adds on this is that when it comes to Shabbat, if the second day of Shavuot is on Shabbat, then we don't read from Kol HaBechor, rather we read earlier from Aser Ta'aser, as of course there's 7 aliyot on Shabbat, so we need room for the 7 aliyot. It's Halacha Gimel, and this is actually the last halacha of Shavuot that the Shulchan Aruch talks about, is Asur li'tanot b'motzei Chag HaShavuot. It's Asur to fast the day after Shavuot. So it's an interesting, like it speaks about the tefillot, and that it's asur to fast the next day. And the reason is because, so it's Isru Chag, but the day after Shavuot is because the time of the Korbanot, Bnei Israel would bring Korbanot for 7 days of Sukkot, 7 days of Pesach, and Shavuot is just a one-day holiday, so they were allowed for the 7 days afterwards. So the main day was the next day afterward, and therefore it's a connection to the Chag, connected with Isru Chag, so that is b'davka for that day. But this connects to the next law that the Ramah speaks about, which is Tahanun. So the Ashkenazim, he says here that they didn't do Tahanun for the first 8 days of the month of Sivan. So the first day is Rosh Chodesh. Days 3, 4, and 5 were the Shloshet Yemei Hagbalah, 3 days in preparation for day 6 of the month, which was the giving of the Torah. Day 2 gets swallowed in there because every other day is a day of no Tachanun. So day 6, 7 is for Chutz La'aretz, and day 8 is the extra day afterwards. But the Sfaradim go with the entire 7 days that they used to give Korbanot back in the day, that you could give if you didn't do it on Shavuot itself. Those are also included in days of no Tachanun, and therefore there's no Tachanun for the first 12 days of the month of Sivan. Now the Ramah continues, and there's many minhagim about Shavuot, but again, not mentioned in the Shulchan Aruch, but in the Ramah or in other Sfarim, and we'll go through some of them. So the first one for today says the Ramah, v'nohagim lishtoch asavim v'shavuot b'beit hakneset ve'abatim zecher l'simchat matan Torah. So minhag to put out types of grass, flowers in the synagogue and in the homes for a remembrance of the happiness of when the Torah was given. So number one is that there's a Zohar Kadosh that says that when the Torah was given, Har Sinai was full of flowers. So it's kind of to remember that. Also, the Mishnah Berurah brings down an interesting pasuk. The pasuk tells us that at the time of Matan Torah, Hatzon v'Bakar al Yiru el Mupaneharu, they're not allowed to graze. They had to hold back their animals from grazing on the mountain or near the mountain. So that means that the mountain was lush. It had greenery. So therefore, to remember that, they would bring out, flowers, etc. And the Mishnah Berurah says that there were minhagim of bringing in trees, not just flowers and or types of maybe bushes or different types of grass things, but trees were also a minhag, except that the Gaon Vilna, back about 300 years ago, he stopped this minhag because, of course, Goyim, they have a tree as their holiday, and we don't want to associate our holiday with their holiday, even though the tree is just a minhag in our holiday, and them, it's like their actual thing, but we don't have any connection to trees, and therefore he stopped this custom of the trees. Flowers, okay, but not trees. And I think in the Sephardic countries, it wasn't really such a minhag, and only became a minhag kind of later, where we're now together with everyone, and our kids go to the schools, they learn this. So minhag of having flowers at home, it's a nice thing. It definitely has a substance to it, but I think in the Sephardic countries originally, it wasn't necessarily a minhag. Okay, that's that for today. We'll continue with other minhagim of Shavuot and various laws as well over the next coming days. Minchat tonight at 6:55 and Gemara Shiur tonight at 8:30. Have a good day, everyone. Tana Deviliyahu.